while now, haven't you?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Welcome to live review number 12, if I've got that number right. Today, I'm joined once again by Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews.
All right, guys. Welcome to live review number 12.
This happened last time I was doing live. I forgot to pause and mute the actual stream so I could comment. But yeah, here with Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews.
Hello. Thanks for having me on again, Peter.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. I enjoy doing these. And today, we're going back over to the Augustiner brewery. And we are looking at the Edelstoff, which is described as an export beer, clocking in at 5.6%. And from what I saw, I think export beer is just basically, it's like the standard lager recipe, but then with a slightly higher ABV to so the beer has a bit more of a shelf life when it's exported. Because it's always confused me sometimes when you see stuff like that, like Spezial Helles and Export Helles, and this whole Dortmund, Munich.
Dortmund Helles, yeah.
But yeah, so 5.6%. Beer was introduced, according to the website, in 1925. 5.6%. IBU count is 17, going off what Untapped has said. And for those health freaks out there, 168 calories per bowl. So, yeah, if you've seen live chats before, you'll know that myself and Dean have covered the lager beer hell, which it's been a long time since I've had this, but I'd imagine there might be some similarities between the two beers. But it's always good to do an Augustiner. And yeah, so was this easy for you to get hold of back in England?
I picked up from Beer Gonzo, I think when you last messaged me a while back now saying about doing another review. Yeah, Beer Gonzo, £3.10 I paid for it, which I know you probably paid less than €1 for yours.
I think it's about roughly €1.
€1.
Don't worry, one day we will do a beer that's much more widely available. Back. It just seems to be one-sided what I can get dead cheap. But yeah, it is good though to see these beers a little bit more available, because I think a couple of the websites stock the Edelstoff and the regular lager beer hell.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't actually had this beer before, so I'm interested to see how it goes. It would have been nice maybe to do a taste off with the Augustiner lager beer, just to compare it side by side, maybe something for the future. But I'm expecting it's going to be a quality beer.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that I've had just casually a few times, but I don't think I've reviewed this one, to be honest. So I'm not really too sure what to expect with it, but quality artwork on this one with the Augustiner logo. Very bold and in your face. And then I like the neck labels that they have on these bottles as well. Just a really nicely presented beer. And then you've got the sort of Munich Reinheitsgebot sort of crown, because I don't think Augustiner have their own design crown. I think they just use this one on all of their beers.
Have you got the logo in the corner as well?
Yeah, the Munich beer logo, but is yours on the left-hand side?
Yeah.
And best before date on mine is December 2017.
10th, 17.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's instantly recognisable. It's just one of those beers where it just sticks out on the shelf for me personally. But yeah.
Beautiful branding, yeah.
Oh yeah. I like the consistency of what I've seen so far of the Augustiner stuff. But yeah, without further ado, let's get this opened and see what we get.
Right. Okay.
It's a very pale gold beer. Straw-like in appearance.
Yeah.
Nice, very amounts of carbonation. Not too aggressive. And I got 2 fingers worth of a really nice, frothy, condensed looking head on mine. It's about that big when I do these live reviews.
Really battery's playing for my laptop, mate. You there still?
Yeah, I'm still here. Oh, I think we're having some technical difficulties. Not sure if it's on my end or if it's on Dean's end. Well, while I'm just waiting for that to sort itself out, no comments so far. If anybody watching this, by the way, has tried this beer, because not got any viewers so far, but for the people watching the stream after it's finished, as always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Yeah, I think Dean's having some technical difficulties. Let's see if I can message him. It's probably rebooting. But yeah, the beer itself in the glass. Pale like, well, not pale like, straw-like in appearance, but nice and pale. I think that could be slightly more pale than the regular lager beer hell. A lovely clarity to it. And that head has died down quite considerably. So I can put the rest of the beer in. Gotta love Google. Technical powerhouse. It's just a shame their actual systems don't work. Let me see if he's messaged me.
Are you there, mate?
Yeah, I'm here.
Fucking thing, that's the first, isn't it?
What happened then?
Yeah. I've got a dodgy charger point.
Ah, okay.
And it was in, but it's like really sort of temperamental. It's yeah, I've got to be so careful with it. So I normally have it. I normally in my conservatory with it. And I just leave it be. But because I've moved it in here, I've messed about with it. But it's all right. It seems to be charging okay now.
That's good. I was worried that it was a problem with the Hangout itself. Just didn't know if it was on your end or my end.
Yeah, it's just my crappy old laptop, mate.
I know that feeling. But yeah.
Right, where were we?
Talking about the appearance.
Yeah, very pale, isn't it?
Yeah. I was saying while you were gone, I think that could even potentially be a little bit more paler than the regular lager. Probably wrong though, but yeah, quite considerably pale actually. Almost has like a slight pilsner look to it.
just about half a finger of white suddiness on the top.
Yeah, mine had died down quite considerably. But yeah, as with most beers in general, really, a nice looking pint, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it looks the part.
Okay. Let's see what we get on the aroma.
Plenty of lemon on there, you know.
Yeah, I'm getting a hell of a lot of a citrusy character coming through. A little bit of like a spicy leafiness as well. It's not a hoppy beer by any stretch, but you could get that. You get that like spicy, like earthy hop.
Yeah,
a fair bit.
It's almost got the white pepper sort of pilsner spiciness to it.
Yeah, very pilsner-like actually.
Herbalness to it.
Oh, it's one of those things where it's not the most exciting smelling beer, but no off aromas in there, no skunkiness or anything.
Yes, and it's just got that familiar, pleasant whiff to it.
Yeah, very light and clean. That smells good. Let's give it a taste. First.
Cheers.
Excuse me. That is quite considerably zingy, that one.
Yeah, it's a bit of a zesty little number, isn't it?
Yeah, that lemon is coming through quite a fair bit, actually. It's nice, prickly carbonation.
Yeah. I mean, I've chilled it down. Well, it's been in the fridge for weeks, to be fair. I pulled it out about 20 minutes prior to turning this on.
Yeah.
But it's got a real soft, clean, again, you know, proper German quality in there for sure. That comes through on the taste, even though it's a lager, but it's still got still got quality about it, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Taste.
Yeah. You don't taste any shortcuts or anything like that.
No.
But yeah, it even has like characteristics of what I'd consider a pilsner, to be honest. It's a little bit lighter.
I'm quite sort of. I mean, 5.6%. That's relatively high, isn't it, for this sort of type of beer? Okay, it's that export beer thing again, but it's not coming through at all.
No.
It's drinking like an ultra low ABV beer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing how, from my reference point, it's so much lighter and more drinkable in general than like the regular lager beer hell. Which again, the fact that it's a little bit higher in ABV than the original, you'd think it was the complete opposite.
But a deceiving beer, really. It's just drinking like a light beer.
Yeah.
Emptiness to it at all, is it?
No, not at all. And even though it tastes considerably more hopped than the regular one. It doesn't get too overpowering in that hoppiness. And it doesn't, it's, you can definitely tell it's a low IBU camp beer. Because you sometimes get lagers and you'll drink them and you pick up like the hoppiness right towards the back end after you finish, and it gets like a little bit almost metallic. But this is considerably more hoppy, I find, than the regular lager. But it doesn't get too overpowering. There's really nothing overpowering about this beer at all.
No, from start to finish, for me, it streamlines all the way from what you get to swallowing it. It's the same all the way through. Beautiful zestiness, that's all the way through there, isn't there? It's there's a bit of breadiness in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that lemon citrusy edge really shines through a lot more than I was expecting, to be honest.
Yeah, that's definitely the style of the show, isn't it? With flavours.
Yeah.
In abundance.
Yeah, it's a real nice surprise, that one, actually.
I mean, and for you, Peter, you know, paying basically less than €1 for a 500ml bottle.
Yeah.
It's a winner of the beer, isn't it?
Yeah. There's no reason why you would turn down a beer like this. Especially when you're in like Bavaria itself.
Yeah, there's nothing cheap about it, is there?
No, not at all.
From a beautiful, well presented German bottle of beer to being in the glass, it's quality through and through.
Yeah, you can just you can taste like the tradition and the expertise in this one. You can tell that these guys know exactly what they're doing, and they don't dick around. They don't cut corners to be cost effective or anything like that.
Yeah, let's save a few euros here and pull that back a bit slightly, and don't put as much. Yeah. No, the core ingredients that they've used in this beer, from when they started brewing the beer, when did they start making this stuff?
I think this was introduced in 1926 or something like that. So it's not. I mean, it probably is based on an older recipe before the brewery became a fully fledged brewery. Yeah, 1925. But it
1925.
Tastes very traditional. Yeah, I was quite shocked at how young this beer is, really, compared to some of the big German breweries.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know summer's slowly coming to an end now, but you would, I mean, to me, the regular lager beer, that's always going to be probably my favourite beer. But I think if I was outside and it was like piping hot, I think the lemon character in this one would make it more appealing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been a while since I've had the lager beer, but definitely this one is, like you say, more lemon, more citrus forward than the lager beer. I mean, if I was in your boots over there and having this stuff on your doorstep at a ridiculous sort of price,
yeah,
I'd be quite happy to sort of rotate from lager beer to this. You know, if I was having a session, it was red hot day, you've got a few of your friends over and you decide to crank the barbie up. You know, €10 could get you 5 of these and 5 lager beers, and you'd be happy as Larry, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's you sorted perfectly.
Definitely, yeah.
And it's like almost the definition of like a fridge beer. Just like, I'll buy, like you're saying, buy a few, put them in the fridge. I can drink them whenever, because the flavors aren't really going to die out because of the style, and it's going to last a little bit longer because it's got that little bit more of a higher ABV. And it just goes to show that, I mean, when I can't remember what the exact ABV of the regular lager beer hell is. I think it's like 5.4 or something like that, or
I'm not sure. I had about 4.9 in the head, but I think it is slightly higher than that.
And you might see that, and if it's not that much more higher in ABV, but it sort of makes you think there's got to be considerable changes in such a small amount of difference between the ABVs if it's specifically made to be like exported out of Munich.
Yeah. I mean, even the price that I paid, £3.10, it's definitely. If I was to go back to Beer Gonzo or Beers of Europe and stuff like that, and I was getting, I was adding beers to my basket for future reviews, I'd always chuck a couple of these into the basket, or purchase if I was over there, just for, like you say, fridge beers, a nice go-to beer. Come home from work and, you just want a nice tasting beer just to sort of switch off for a while. This is a beer, really, for me. It's quality.
And I mean, it's been a long time since I was back in the UK, but when I'm seeing like some of the posts that you guys are doing, the beers available in supermarkets now and the reviews and stuff, I mean, you can get good quality sort of like craft, very basic craft lagers from the supermarket now for £1-2. But then if you go to like a craft beer shop, and you can find like just a lager in a 330ml can or 335ml bottle or can if it's American for like £4 or £5, and it's like, you think, why would I pay that when for like £2 less I get a fair bit more, all things considered. I mean, what was it, $3.20 that you paid for yours?
£3.10.
£3.10. That's still not bad, really. I mean,
I've got no complaints. I've definitely spent on par the same, and if not more, on beer, which I've never had before, and I've been a bit sort of, I want my money back, really. I think I've been fleeced here. Okay, it's just a lager to some people.
Yeah.
But I think we both stand shoulder to shoulder regarding the style. We're both big fans of this style. So for me, £3.10. I'm quite happy with the money I spent on this beer, and I would go back to it again for sure for that price.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's one of those instances where if I was back in England, I would probably consider picking some up for myself, because I know for a fact that I can get it much cheaper back in Germany, but I know how consistent this beer is. So I'd be like, I can justify getting it. I mean, the only way you can really get a bad experience with a beer like this is purely down to the conditioning from like the beer being exported to like the UK and then stored in the bottle shop or warehouse where you bought it, and then when you take it back to your house and stuff, that's the only way you're going to get a bad experience or off flavors with this, is through like conditioning But
yeah, it would be the third party that doctors the beer. If you were to, you know, have a bad experience with a brewery of this nature, I mean, today, a typical example, popped into one of these sort of like little sort of farm shop places again, just to have a look, because I've passed it a few times and I've noticed they've got a couple of local beers in there.
oh yeah,
Went in there to have a look, and I was quite sort of taken back because they had a nice variation of different sorts of local beers, and they had a few crafty American beers in there, plenty of like traditional regional ciders as well. But I was going through it. They had bottles of Anchor Steam on the shelves, which you know, anybody can get that beer anywhere now. But they were selling them for like bloody £3.80 a bottle.
Jesus.
And then they had the I don't know if you've heard of it, Fordnum Gypsy Lager.
Don't think of it.
I think it's American. And I was like, oh, American lager, crafty. Picked it up, but it was fucking out of date. And then I was looking at it. I picked up all the Anchor beers. They were out of date by a good 6 months.
Jesus.
They had Neapolitan milk stouts in there. They had loads of them in there. They were selling them for £3.50 a bottle. And they were all fucking out of date. I thought, you know, this isn't... not really on, really, because you know you're going to pay a bit more for farm shops and stuff, but when you've got products that are out of date,
yeah,
I thought, so we're happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. That's a whole issue in itself. Just, I mean, even when you've got these craft beer shops and they've got beers in the window, and it's like, you better not be fucking selling those beers. They better be for display purposes only.
But it makes you wonder, though, don't you, what they're thinking? Oh, you know, I've got a couple of cans of whatever in the window. They've been in there for 6 months. I better rotate them now with the stuff that's been on the shelf.
Yeah.
Paul Muggins goes in there. Ah, I've been looking for that beer. Grabs the first one off the shelf, a nicely presented shelf of craft beers in cans. You pull it off. I've been sitting in the bloody window for the past 6 months. You know, you don't know, do you?
No. But yeah, it's like I'm become really quite bad for doing that. I mean, it's not bad because it's a damn good thing to do. But whenever I take a beer off, I'm always looking at the best before date of it. I mean, if it's like a 10% imperial stout or something like that, I'll be okay.
Yeah,
you've just aged it for me. That's all good.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'll sometimes catch myself just even taking like the first bottle, like in the row of bottles, just take that one, and then you figure, shit, no, people have been like tipping it upside down, looking at it, twisting it around. Don't know what's after this beer. So I'm always like, when no one's looking, like get 2, 3, 4, get like that.
Yeah.
Check the out best before date. And I can feel like the people in the shop like looking at me.
Yeah. You've got the shopkeeper sort of thinking to himself, that bastard is messing up my display there.
It's like, yes, he's going for the second one. He's going, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The good thing about Beretta now is they've got a little section where it's like 20% off the beers that have gone out of date. And that was when I picked up a bottle of the Backwards Bastard from Founders. And I was like,
okay,
happy days. That's got like a year's like aging on it already. And it was like 20% off. And I was like, fair enough. But then you see like the Founders All Day IPA, and I'm like, if people know what they're doing, they're going to have a hard time getting rid of that.
Has that got a car on the front of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think I've had that. I've had that in a can, I think, a while back.
I've never had it, but I've heard so many people say that it's a really solid beer.
Like the Dale's Pale Ale, a beer that I was like, wow, when I had it, but it was a beer that I'd seen time and time again, and I'd always looked at it, and it was just one of them beers that you knew it was there, but you just always passed it by. It was one of them sort of beers. And then when you come to actually buying it, you're like, fucking hell, why you feel bad almost, because you think, well, I know it's been around, but I've just ignored it. Maybe deliberately, I don't know, but and then you feel bad because it's top cool beer.
Yeah, I've done that a lot. It's like, why didn't you buy this sooner? But yeah, it's like whenever I'm back in the UK, I have a field day when I'm at the supermarkets. I'm like always thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to go to Manchester, go to like Beer Moth or some of these like really nice craft beer shops. But then I'm like, we need to go food shopping. I'm going to raid what's available. And it seems like it's almost quadrupled, even in places like Asda now, at some of the stuff you can get.
I think all the supermarkets are just completely upping their game. I mean, before it was, I found around my area that the Morrison's was head and shoulders above everyone for the time being, and then when this Tesco started bringing in sort of Oscar Blue, Dale's Pale Ale, Thornbridge, Redwell stuff, and that now they've sort of upped their game a bit more. Sainsbury's, I think that they need to improve it a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
There's different sort of variations from one supermarket to another. Yeah, I mean, for me, Waitrose and M&S are the market leaders, and they are. I mean, they got involved
in M&S.
Yeah,
it
was amazing to see it.
Yeah,
but they got in at the right time, I think, and now Tesco's, Sainsbury's, Morrison's, and Asda maybe. Well, it's trickling in though. It's all good, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock it.
Yeah, I know Booths have a really good selection of things now as well. I know what group it was. It was that group. Someone posted, and they were at a Booths supermarket in Manchester, and they had bottles of the Cloudwater and Brewdog New England IPA, like the newer one that they've done, which was like a day before the best before day for like £3 for like a 660ml bottle. I mean, yeah, it's nowhere near as fresh as you probably should be.
So what? £3?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, does it?
But with the amount of hops
that
have been putting into these like New England style beers now, it's like
I think Craig reviewed that the other day, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when you guys were doing the UK Beer Troopers hangout with Cloudwater, and like the double IPAs that they're releasing clearly too early, and it's like it's just amazing how many of the specific type of IPA is just completely dominating it. And yeah, you can get the Cloudwater and Brewdog beer for like £3 or £3.50. It's like you absolute bastard.
Yeah, beyond that, mate, that sort of price.
Yeah. So I'm quite blessed that I'm not, but I don't have access to like all of these like really hazy double IPAs. So whenever I get the opportunity to try one, It's like it probably pales in comparison to what's available, like brand new right now. But I'm just drinking it like this is awesome. But I don't know. I'd probably be a bit put off buying them if I was back in the UK now. There's just so many breweries now doing these sort of like stupidly hazy beers. The hop farmers must be absolutely like.
Well, they're moving their lands together, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a Cloudwater beer. I've got to review it. I'm just trying to find the moment when I'm going to be in the mood for it. It's that Lauren Hardy.
Oh yeah. I can't remember what style.
The collab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost and Grounded and
Verdant or Verdant or however you want to pronounce it. Yeah. I mean, to try a Verdant beer. I've heard so many good things, and I've seen the other guys, you know, reviewing some of their beers, and I just haven't had the time to order anything online or get on it quick enough. But that's a brewery that's just sort of catapulted itself right to the bloody starting line, you know,
out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But yeah, I had a really hazy pale ale from the Keller, from that box that I picked up, and that was just insane. It was like a pale, not even a yellow. It was just so pale. It was like almost creamy looking, and you just drank it. It was like, is this actually a beer? Am I actually drinking a beer right now, or is this just fruit juice?
It's a head fuck, isn't it, when you look at it?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love those sorts of beers, but I'm also loving the fact that like the more experimental beers now are a little bit moderately priced, because all these breweries are trying to just, we've got this double IPA that we're doing this Vermont style, and then I like drinking these like Too Old and the Keller beers where it's like something a little bit different. And like, it's so much cheaper now because everyone's doing these double IPAs and things. I'm like, yeah, you can have that. I'm going to look forward to the next one I have. But like these like cloudberry, sour, wheat beer, stout, and it's like, okay, you're a
there's just no limits.
It tastes good.
There's no limits to variations and, you know, experimenting and stuff. It's just I suppose it's a dream really, because you can prat about with things that you wouldn't normally put in a beer, and then you taste it and it's like, wow, it works. Fuck it, let's start canning it and banging it out, you know. People will buy it.
Oh yeah. If you can label the beer perfectly, you can just sell. That's like the genius of like breweries like Omnipio or like Frosty Top Milkshake Citra, blah blah. And it's like, it's never going to live up to the way they describe it, because I think that's almost impossible without actually adding stuff like ice cream and like a flake.
But they reel you in there, don't they? Yeah. They reel you in with it.
Yeah. And then,
I mean, for me, anything with sort of like, you know, whether it's a double IPA or an imperial stout, and it's got the word milkshake attached to it, and I'm like, right, okay, I've got to try that, baby, because you know it's going to be thick, intense. You know, it's just the word milkshake.
It's like,
fill you with.
When you brew a beer and it's in a brown bottle, but it looks like fluorescent yellow. It's like that just, it's like, part of me is thinking, is this really what it's come down to? But then like, this is amazing. This is beer. this is the way it's going, and I find sometimes when I love all these like this experimental side, but I get so hung up on like when people put too many hops in a pilsner or a lager, and I'm like, oh, I love all this experimental brewing, but it's like, don't you dare put stupid amounts of hops in my lager.
Yeah, I've had craft lagers before in the past, and yeah, you're right. Some of them, they're like the too hop forward, and it's just no. This is a lager. This is like some sort of pale ale, you know. But then I have had craft beers. I mean, I did a Cloudwater beer a while back, a week or so ago now, and that was bloody spot on. It'd probably give this a run for its money. They didn't mess about with it.
Oh yeah.
Metal Fruit Technangle or something like that. It was a Hellas beer.
Yeah. Did you upload that review yet, or is it one that needs? Because
I think I posted it. I think I posted it a week or so ago.
Okay, so
it might have been last week.
Yeah, it's probably in my watch later playlist, but I think Rob had that on tap somewhere in the Wonderland that is Leeds, and he was a bit like, yeah, it's okay. But I know for a fact that if I was to drink it, I'd be like, whoa, fantastic! You brewed a good, solid German style Hellas beer. Yeah,
I had no complaints with it. They didn't fudge around with it. It was a spot on. I mean, if you were to give it, if someone was to pour in a glass and give it you blindfolded, you think you would probably drinking a German beer. You know, it was spot on. But yeah, I mean, you are right. There are certain craft breweries. They just, I don't know, overload it with hops and it just, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the 9 times out of 10 taste really damn good and are really enjoyable beers. But there's always that little thing in the back of my head, like saying, this isn't a lager anymore. But it's just crazy, isn't it? How your mood and your tastes change so sporadically. You're like, oh, because I was like at a phase where I'm like, oh, I just want to review loads of Doppelbocks, and then like I had 2 or 3, and then I think I had another beer that I'd had like downstairs that I needed to drink, and I was like, yeah, I'm proper in the mood for some more IPAs now. So you make a conscientious decision to like buy any IPA that you can get your hands on for the channel and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'll always enjoy lagers and pilsners, and I probably do. That's probably my most popular style that I actually review. But I just like trying different beers. I mean, if I see a new label that I haven't seen before, a new brewery, it doesn't matter if it's a bloody lager, a bitter, a stout. It doesn't matter. I'm just focused. It's a new brewery. I want to try it. I like the look of the label. I like the look of the can or whatever. I just want to pick it up. I think it's just like buying lagers and stuff. I suppose they're that almost safe bet reviews, aren't they? You know, they're not sort of complicated, but you know, if you like the style, then you know you're going to sort of be you'd be pleased with it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a brewery that I tried fairly recent. Well, not recently. It was a few months ago. And like almost like whole range of beers appeared in Beretta, and it was a brewery called Sombroy. And I like because they were like really cheap craft beers, like less than €2 for like fridge and 30ml bottle sort of thing. Which happy days if I can get like 3 or 4 beers from a brewery for a good price, I can give a try to that brewery. And I was drinking them, and they were better than mediocre, but they weren't exactly the greatest examples of the style. But when you're brewing beers and you put them out at a price like €1, like 50 to €2, like 50 or something like that, it's like, yeah, I'm probably going to end up buying a few of your beers at once and giving them all a try. It's just one of those things. But then, like, a couple of weeks later, when you buy enough beers, you've got a completely different agenda of what beers that you want to pick up. It's a great hobby, but it can be a strange hobby when you look back, and when you've got the beers that you've bought on the table and stuff, you're like, why did I pick up this? I didn't realise I was in the mood for something like that. But yeah, that's why I love it. It's always different. There's always a surprise down the corner. It's not like, oh, I've got like 10 beers to choose from at this shop. It's like you'll always discover either like a change of stock or a completely different shop where you're like, Jesus, they've got all these like Eastern European beers, which probably all taste the same. But it's just exciting to be able to have all of these beers available to you. And a lot of the time, you're going to break the bank, and that's what I like about it. I mean, yeah, I'll every so often like pay a little bit more than I usually do or want to, but most of the time I'm like, whatever's available, I'll go, yeah, I'll give that a try.
Yeah, it's just experimenting. Sometimes you have to pay that little bit more when you're experimenting, whether it be you're in a craft beer shop where the prices are slightly more, but you can live with that because that's all, part and parcel of how it all works. They've got to put their little bit on top. Or, like you say, Eastern European shop, where, I mean, for me, 9 times out of 10, most of the beers in there are a quid a can. So you can go in there, and they keep changing it constantly, which is quite nice for me because I like reviewing them sort of beers. A fiver, get 5 beers that you've never had before. Okay, the bigger picture, they probably all taste the same. Maybe tweak, little tweaks slightly from different. If you've got like a lager from Poland as opposed to a lager from Hungary, the sweetness might be a bit more higher than on the Polish beer than it is on the Hungarian beer or whatever, vice versa. But it's just picking something up that's new.
Yeah. And I always love that moment where, like, when you've bought like 3 or 4 beers, like from like one from Romania, maybe a couple from Russia, one from Poland or the Czech Republic, and like you're drinking them, and you're like, yeah, there's similarities between this one and the last one that I did. But then every now and then you'll drink a beer, and it's like, what's this? It's crazy to me. It's like a really nice surprise, and it's like that's cost you like a quid or €1. So it's like,
that's the icing on the cake, isn't it? As long as you're happy with it, okay, you're doing it in front of a camera, and you're not selling the beer because it's not about that, is it? You're just trying to express your personal opinion on it. And yeah, if it costs a quid, and you pop it, you pour it, and you drink it, and it brings a smile to your face, and you're sort of pleasantly surprised. All right, it's only a lager at the end of the day, but you're still surprised with what you've just tasted. Then it's a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I love about the hobby. You get some of the best surprises in like the most unsuspecting places. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I've literally got, and not many people would say that they've got a craft beer shop within like a 10-20 minute walk from them. But I've got an Eastern European supermarket 5 minutes away, which has a whole wall dedicated to beers that I've never heard of, or I've seen other people reviewing. I'm like, I can't get that in my local area.
Jump all over it, Peter. Yeah. Jump all over it, mate.
Yeah. I mean, the Baltica beers, I think I've got pretty much all of the like regular Baltica range within, you know, a few minutes walk from me, and I'm like, yeah, the Baltica, it's got a reputation. From the ones that I've had so far, they've got that level of quality to them. So like, why not just have a big splurge on this like Russian brewery?
You've done a couple of reviews already, haven't you, of the Baltica beers? I think, have you done the 6 and the 5, have you done?
I think the 2 and the 9.
2 and 9, okay.
That's a...
You haven't had a dark beer yet from them, have you?
Jesus Christ. I've never...
Have you had the...
What was that?
Have you had the dark beer from them yet, the porter?
No, but I've seen it, and I've been interested.
Yeah, get on that, mate, 'cause that's pretty solid beer, that is. That's probably one of their best.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's definitely one that I'll be getting next time I'm in there. But yeah, Baltica 9 was like a slap around the face when I was drinking that. I mean, I've had like imperial stouts and barrel-aged Scotch ales where they're so much more mellow than that beer. It was an experience in itself, and it's like, yeah, it's one of those beers where once you've tried it, you probably won't pick up another bottle to just sit back and enjoy with. But it's always good to like pick up a couple of bottles if you've got like people coming around, or if you want to see how they react to the beer. It's like, have a swig of this. It's like petrol.
I've got just a beer lined up for when I have I've got a couple of hopefully 2 people coming over, and I've got Harry sent me the bottle.
Is it Faxer?
Oh yeah, 10% jobber.
Oh,
he sent me the 5% one, and the 10% one. Whoa. So I mean, you just know that's going to put hairs on your chest, don't you?
Oh yeah, I've had the 5% one, and I think that was a kick in the balls as well. But that 10% sounds like. But I want to try it, so I'll have to see if anyone rocking that now.
I'm definitely going to, you know, I'm looking forward to it in a strange sort of way. I'm quite excited to, when it comes around to me being in the mood to want to review it, turning the camera on and actually trying it, because I'm intrigued by it, but
oh yeah,
it might not go to plan.
You see that big fat can with the big in your face work, and it's like, this is
1 litre chug, 10% that.
Yeah, shotgun it. So I'll quickly, because I noticed we've got some comments, read comments, and then we can summarise this beer. So in the basement wrote pickle cleanse first. Then he wrote, sounds great. A nice crisp lager is always nice after a long day's work. I can definitely agree with that one. We need some bikini chicks. How about some bikini chicks drinking a nice cold lager? If you can provide them, I'm happy to host.
Yeah, I do.
And then Tony writes, evening boys. So,
Mr. Howard.
And evening Tony. Yeah, I think that is one thing that I know I need to work on. Not just when I do these live streams, but in YouTube, on YouTube in general, is the comments. Because it's so easy to lose track of them, even if you don't get that many, because you've got to wade through all the spam, sort of like promotional stuff. But yeah, I've finished this beer. It's just
I've done mine.
It's a beer that it's just going to go, and you're not going to realise it, and you're just going to be ordering more and more and more, and then like 3 or 4 like pints down the line, it's going to catch up on you.
It's one of the, yeah, it's one of them sort of beers. You just don't know you're drinking a 5.6% beer.
Yeah.
Sometimes that sort of ABV does shine through on a beer of this style because it's got nothing to hide behind, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flavour wise, but that no, it's hidden remarkably well, and you could get it could trip you up, couldn't it, after like a few of them.
Oh yeah, especially the fact that it tastes lighter, it feels lighter than like the standard lager that they're doing. It's amazing how they've managed to pull something like that off. But to me, as we were saying before, to me this is like almost the definition of like a summery lager to drink. And you say the barbecues, you could have this barbecue, you could have it with any sort of meal, a takeaway, Chinese, an Indian curry, burger.
Yeah, perfect beer to have with a curry. Yeah, it would complement that meal perfectly, wouldn't it? Because it's not gonna overtake the food, is it? It's just yeah, perfect. It's coupling that.
Yeah. So I know
what are the appalling scores on rate beer for it then?
Glad you mentioned that because I've got some written down. So, rate beer from 798 ratings, which is actually quite low to be honest. I was expecting a few more. 41 overall and 89 in the style. I can never gauge like what that actually means when they do a score like that. And the weighted average, and see, this is the part where it gets a little bit more confusing. So it's given 41 overall, but the weighted average of the beer is 3.7 out of 5. That to me is a little bit higher than below average, if that makes sense. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never looked into the way rate beer works. I know it's based on like you give a score for the look of a beer. Why they never give a score for the way a beer looks? Like, name me a beer that's looked absolutely horrible. I don't think I've ever seen, unless it's an infected bottle. I don't think I've ever seen a beer that doesn't look presentable. But so that's the rate beer scores. Beer Advocate gives it 87 out of 100 from 542 ratings, and the weighted average is a 3.87. And then Untapped gives this a 3.64 out of 5 from 24,899 ratings. So that's an insane amount of reviews on that one.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that at least 2 of the websites give it
a decent,
respectable score, and I would probably be within that same sort of ballpark. I mean, if I was to give it a rating, I'd probably give it maybe an 8 out of 10, something like that.
Yeah, I'd go with an 8 out of 10. I think it's worthy of that score if I was to do it. Yeah. I mean, most importantly for me is, would I buy it again? And it's hell yes, I certainly would.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh yeah.
Like I said earlier, if I'm browsing at Beer Gonzo for the beers for reviews, then a couple of them we go into the basket just for relaxing with,
Yeah.
Not every beer has to be reviewed, does it? And
no,
that's a perfect
beer that you drink.
Yeah, just switch off and relax, unwind beer. And that it is.
Yeah. And the thing with a beer like this is, sometimes these beers are really hard to review because you can't really say too much about them. But I haven't had too many like Helles beers that have had that citrusy, almost Pilsner-like citrusy character.
Proper citrus forward.
Yeah, and I can't think of two.
Which makes it different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It makes it unusual. It makes it different from. I mean, what would be the competitor against this? Then would you say would it be a Paulaner beer, maybe?
Probably either Paulaner, maybe the Spartan, or Hacker-Shaw, even though they're pretty much a Paulaner brewery. But I can't think of any export style beers, actually, to be honest. Because I'm not sure if Paulaner or Hacker-Shaw do an export lager. I think they pretty much do like the Munich Helles, and then I think the Munich Gold, which is primarily for like the American market. But yeah, I don't know really what I'd pit this up against in terms of a competitive way. I mean, like you were saying earlier, it'd be great to actually compare this to the regular lager. I think that'd be an interesting comparison.
Carol video, yeah, I'd be up for that because both it would make interesting sort of analysis of it because they're both world-class beers, really.
Yeah.
And just to sort of side by side them, it just I don't know, I just think it'd be interesting.
Yeah. I wish I'd have thought about that now.
Yeah, I mean, it's something
we've
the future that picks up.
Review of this one done, and we've got this one done, and then we've got the other one done. So it makes perfect sense that we can now do a comparison one in the future.
Do a head-to-head with it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very impressed with this one because I'm sure you'll agree the style itself. I'm a big fan of. You know, it's
all day long. I'm never going to walk away from that sort of beer.
Yeah, to some it's not going to set the world ablaze, but it's
not meant to, though, is it?
No, I can't see anyone giving this a legitimately like bad score unless you've somehow managed to taste like every Helles beer that Germany has to offer.
Definitely up there though with the cream of the crop.
Oh yeah.
In regards to the style, it's not going to disappoint. All you guys out there that are quite content with your Carlin and your Carlsberg and your Fosters, give that a try because it's not going to sort of slap you around the face, but it will definitely sort of wake you up to the true sort of origins of a proper beer.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, I think we've yet to review a beer that we thought was a bad one, to be honest. I think every one we've done so far, there's the positives have outweighed the negatives.
Yeah. I mean, like you say, we've done the lager beer, we've done this. The Valtins Pilsner was a really decent beer, wasn't it? What else have we done? We've done quite a few now, haven't we? I'm losing track of it all. Because is this number 13 now, or number 12?
It's 12 or 13. And if I have labelled it wrong, of course, I'll edit it when the review's gone up. But yeah. What else did we do? We did the Paulaner Salvatore as well, I think.
Salvatore, yeah.
And I'm sure we've done
Doppelbock, wasn't it? Doppelbock?
Yeah. And I think we've done another Doppelbock, haven't we? I can't remember.
Do we do...
We did the Erdinger, the wheat Doppelbock.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, what's that called now?
Was that the Cantus, I think?
The Cantus, yeah. What's that Max one? Have we done that one? Max and Mate, was it? Or Max?
That's the Augustiner one. the Augustine Maximator.
Yeah, Maximum.
That'll be a good one to do a review of, because that's an absolutely. They've yet to do a beer that I've not really liked. I mean, the wheat beer, because I'm not a fan of wheat beers, it's a solid enough wheat beer, just doesn't excite me too much. So it's the least favourite from the brewery, but it's still a damn good example of the style.
Yeah.
I mean, the Oktoberfest beer is still yet to be available here, which I want to do, because I'm doing that Oktoberfest series that I've been recording. And hopefully the Maximator comes back around. It's one of those things where as soon as I see it, I'm buying like a crate of it or something like that, just so I don't end up running out of it. But yeah, Augustiner, it just, to me, it's a brewery that's not going to excite too many people, especially if they're into craft beer. But if you're ever in Germany, and this is out to anyone watching this, if you're ever in Germany, especially in Bavaria, take a trip to Munich, go to the Augustiner, or one of the few Augustiner like beer houses, and just for like $2.50 a fresh glass of any of their beers. It's like, doesn't matter what beer you're into, you will love it.
That would be an experience in half, that will.
I mean, that'd be great if the plan for you guys to come over to the festival next year.
Yeah, when does that take place?
That is that towards the end of May, or the early start of the early part of May, something like that.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. Having a day trip in Munich. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that'd be a proper session outward, wouldn't it? Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure.
I'm just trying to think, you know, with the brewery, Augustiner, I'm trying to see what would be the British version of it, and there isn't, is there? There isn't one.
So I can't think of too many traditional British. I mean, there are loads of great traditional British breweries. Don't get me wrong, who are still going strong today. But I don't know. I don't know who I'd really potentially compare this to back in the UK.
No, I don't think you can, because of maybe the style. You know, if you started sort of, it'd be like turning it around, wouldn't you, and saying, well, you know, a good quality English best bitter. What's the German equivalent?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's their thing, and that, you know, it's almost trademarked, isn't it? You know.
Oh yeah.
That's what we had this conversation on. I think on the last one, with regards to scores on rate beer, where German styles, and you've got an American craft brewery that's their style sort of excels.
Yeah.
The German version. It doesn't make no sense to me.
No. I mean, I'd love to try those beers just to see, you know, if they're as good as people make out, then you're stupid not to want to try some of these beers.
Oh yeah.
But there's always that thing where I think I drink it and it's like, yeah, it's a nice hoppy lager. It's very German.
Which will come with a pretty hefty price tag.
Oh,
compared to this, whether it would be Germany or UK prices, you know you're going to be paying more without a doubt. You know, that's nailed on. That is, the price will be more. Sure.
Yeah, it's great. It just, when you look at the German brewing landscape now, I mean, yeah, it's great. It's all this craft beer stuff going on. But if you look back and see what's still available now from these breweries who've been established for hundreds of years, it's it's a completely different world to what you're used to back in the UK.
Well, I mean, the classic British brewing heritage or tradition has more or less been sort of left to sort of just rot, really, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing's really been done about it, which is, I don't know, are they guilty of their own downfall with just producing just sort of mere beers, you know?
Yeah, and you can become stuck in your ways, I suppose, as well.
Yeah.
It's an interesting subject, really, isn't it?
Oh.
The whole world
I mean, that's
very interesting.
Yeah. It's. I do find it. You know, genuinely find it fascinating, and I mean, I could go out my way to sort of try and obtain the knowledge. It's just sort of hearing stuff off the grapevine, and you know, like yourself and other guys that have a little bit of knowledge, or they put a post up about, you know, this brewery is being bought out and all that sort of jazz. Little snippets of information like that, and I tend to store all that, but I don't go out my way to find what's going on with this brewery or that brewery, you know what I mean?
I don't like actively go on all these like beer news websites just to read up what the articles are. But I see that interest when something piques my interest. I'm like, oh, I'll look into that then.
Yeah. That's what makes it a hobby, though, isn't it? You know, it's a little bit of fun. You can jump in and jump out of every now and again, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy to forget about that sort of stuff sometimes. But I'll quickly
go on, mate.
Quickly read the comments and then we'll wrap this one up. So Tony writes, "It's a nice, safe beer, that one." Indeed, I think that pretty much sums it up perfectly, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then 89 for the Star. Yeah, that confuses us just as much as it. I mean, we all know by now that you never take rate beer seriously. It's just always interesting to just see how misinformed and stupid they can be.
It's never going to be a point of reference, is it?
No. The only good thing I've found rate beer for is if you're in a city or in like a different country or whatever, and you don't really know what's around you in terms of like good bars or places to buy beer. You'll always find like, oh, there's a bottle shop here, that sort of thing. But to actually get references to the beers themselves, it's just like, nah.
Yeah. If the beer's got any sort of attachment to macro, then it's doomed.
Oh yeah.
From the start, isn't it?
Yeah. So you may as well not even rate that beer because we know.
No, it's like, yeah. Why don't they just do away with it? If anything's macro, just do away with it on their website instead of sort of having these ridiculous score. I mean, you know, some of them are fucking.
Yeah.
One.
We could just
two.
And on about the absurdity of rate beer. But I mean, we could potentially carry this conversation on because if you're interested, I've got another live event scheduled for other people to join. So if you're in the mood to chat for a little bit longer, I can get that one started after this one. Which anybody watching this is more than welcome to join. Chris, Tony. So
Yeah, go on, jump on, Tony. I haven't spoke to you for a while, mate. Jump on.
For a while. Even though I saw you uploaded a video, which I need to watch.
I was rambling, so I started watching a bit of that. Yeah. I
need to catch up on so many videos. It's untrue. Well, yeah, guys, thank you to everyone who's watching right now. And of course, thank you to everyone who's watching when this gets uploaded to YouTube. Thank you again to Chris and Tony for the comments. And if anybody's got any opinions on this beer, feel free to post it down below. Like I said, probably in about 10-20 minutes, probably have a new stream online. So if anybody wants to join, get in touch. I won't make the mistake of what Drunken One did and put the join link in the actual comments, because he ended up getting kicked out and blocked out of his own show. But yeah, Dean, always a pleasure to have you on these reviews.
Same here, mate. Thank you for having me on, chap.
Yeah, and again, another fantastic beer. So
a winner.
Yeah. I mean, I don't look forward to that day, but one day we might have a genuinely bad beer, but it's been good so far. So, yeah, guys, thank you all for watching, and look forward to seeing you on the next live review, no matter what that beer is. With an empty glass, cheers.
Cheers.